Good day, everybody, and welcome back to DocTalk live Q&A. Today's Monday. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in the Okanagan. How are you doing? How are you really doing? Okay. You know what? It's the craziest thing. You know, I talk to some people and they go, I'm tired of all this. I talk to other people. They're canceling personal treatment and trainings here. And we're saying, go right ahead. No problem. You can rebook if you'd like. Okay, Trudeau just said which is the Premier of Canada, said he's not going to let anybody fly into Canada unless you're from the United States. Okay, so you know what? Somebody said to me, you know, Dr. Wolfe, can you do us a favor and tell us what you think? Now, I'm going to tell you something, and this is the God's truth. What I think could be totally wrong, and what I think really doesn't matter, it only matters to me. I don't know if it really matters to anybody else. But, you know, I think what you're going to think will depend on your personality. Oh, wait a minute. Your personality is dependent on your thoughts. That's right. Oh, wait a minute. Your thoughts are dependent on the church you went to, the school you went to, the parents you have, and what they believed in and everybody else around you, and what your parents watched, what they talked about. So the reality is that could be true about me, but it isn't, because what my parents thought about life, I don't think about life. I don't. I kept a few things, but I didn't keep most of the things that my parents thought about. I love my parents more than anything in the world, but my parents, most of their thoughts were toxic, and most of their thoughts about themselves and the world was scary. I'm not scared about the world. I'm not scared about this virus. You know what? I've got people that are out there buying tons of silver, like silver dollars, buying gold, stocking up on food. None of that is wrong if it's going to make you feel safer. The reality is this. It's the craziest thing. The other day I was talking about nebulizing to clean your lungs out, and a lady got on my Facebook and threatened me. And today, guess what? The new toilet paper is silver. No, not the silver coins, but the silver liquid, the silver gel. Everybody's trying to get it. Everybody wants it all over the world. Why? Because it's nature's antibiotic. So let's get back to the question at hand. So, Dr. Wolfe, what do you think this is all about? Well, is there a virus? I don't even think they know. And everybody's going, what are you talking about? Well, you know what? They never were able to isolate the HIV virus and prove that it existed. I'm not sure if they can prove that this exists. Now, you'd say, well, it does exist. Look what's going on. And then I'll tell you that if this is truly a pandemic, then we should all know someone that has the virus. Lewis, do you know anybody personally that has the virus? Nat, do you know anybody that has the virus? No. Okay, so the reality is I think we're the virus. The next thing is then people say, well, it's not the virus, because wherever people were getting hit with the virus the most, it was 5G. Yeah, that's true. 5G will cut the lung capacity right down, because with 5G, 60 gigahertz, it causes the electrons to spin in the oxygen molecule so fast that your hemoglobin cannot pick up the oxygen, so you suffocate to death. Do I think it's that? No. Do I think they're using it against us? Yes, of course I do. And I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. And I don't care what anybody thinks. The majority is not going to think what I think, because we'd know the majority wasn't thinking what I thought, because the majority wouldn't be freaking out. And you're getting sick by freaking out. So if it's not the coronavirus and it's not 5G, what's it all about? Well, I don't know. I think it's some kind of economic power play, don't you? I think maybe they'd like to get rid of money completely. I think that they would like to have more control over the whole population, don't you? I already made a statement this morning on Facebook where I said that, we've got people that are dying of thirst. They can't get enough water in a planet that has more than enough water for everyone, because it's a closed system. So you drink the water, it goes in, and then it comes out, you urinate it out, goes back up, it gets recycled, and that's the way it's been forever. There's enough water for everybody. There's enough food for everybody. Okay? There's enough money for everybody, but not for the greedy. Okay? So understand something. At the end of the day, what do I think? I don't think it really matters what I think, except for one thing. I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to stay in the present moment, and I'm not going to buy into any of the systems or any of the fear tactics that they have out there. I'm not going to. If I was taught one thing about this whole thing, I need to stay calm. I need not to react. I need to take positive actions for my brothers and sisters. And if you think that I'm making this up about my brothers and sisters, we are all brothers and sisters. And I am going to stay calm, and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to enjoy my day no matter what threats or what threatening things that the powers to be are going to do out there. Because we were given everything by our universal creator. None of this has to happen. Okay, just know this. None of this has to happen. And when there was plagues back in history, it was because of sanitation. And then we've looked after the sanitation, but we're creating the plagues ourselves now. And that's the truth. Nature hasn't turned on us. God hasn't turned on us. Mankind is psycho. That's all I want to say. Mankind is psycho, and mankind is not kind, and man wants all the power in the world. And believe it or not, there's a whole faction out there that isn't just not kind. I think they're bloody well evil. You heard what I said. Bloody well evil. And you can take it or leave it. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get into it. It's as light as the water going off the back of a duck. Because guess what? I'm not out to change the world. I'm not out to change your mind. I'm out to have a good day. I'm out to have a life that is an adventure where I'm the Braveheart hero and where I don't take action unless it's positive, where I don't pretend to say something positive and then end it in a negative, because I am not scared and I will not be threatened and I will not feel threatened. Welcome to DocTalk live Q&A, and that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm not even going to talk about this anymore, because you know what? Whatever you talk about grows, and that's just my opinion. It doesn't matter what the world does. It's what you do. And if everyone were to get rid of the fear, false evidence appearing real, okay? You know, I've got people that I know that have gone into isolation in their home. You know, you can go for a walk in nature. Nature's not going to attack you. But you know what? They won. As far as I'm concerned, kudos to the evil axis, because they took the whole population and got us all to crap our pants and run for toilet paper. That's all I want to say. Okay, so April 4th to the 24th, our courses are sold out, and we'll see how that all turns out. And you know what? I just know that I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here to serve. And no matter how things turn out, I'm good with it all. We have the course. We don't have the course. We have a few people in the course. We have the whole course come. You'll have to understand something. As soon as you can understand that the only thing that you might be able to master is your mind, you can't control anything outside yourself. That's it. July 4th to the 24th, we have another course here. There are only 4 spots left. If you're interested in taking our whole life coach Wolfe non-surgical course, go to itih.com and check it out there. We have another course in Orlando in September, another one in Palm Springs in November. And for our upcoming show schedule this week, we have Larry Langdon, and he's going to be talking about the sentient element, which I believe is the most powerful PEMF. Otherwise, it goes in and it'll put it in any frequency for any virus, any bacteria. You can do a blood sweep. You can do anything you want, from migraines to constipation with this thing. And you work it all off your iPhone or your Android. And hope to see you there Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we've had a lot of people already send in questions. So send your questions in if you want about that. And he's going to be answering them on Thursday about the sentient element. He also had Lyme's disease. He was bedridden for over a year, and he invented this device, and now he's back to skiing and living a great life, okay? So we'll be talking to him. And then on Tuesday, March the 24th, DocTalk, and what we'll be doing is that right? ATP and immunity with Joshua Flint, okay? And we're going to be talking about ATP and immunity. We're the only ones to sell life crystals on the planet that I know of, by Dr. George Merkel, which actually helps to rebuild your mitochondria. You won't want to miss this show, okay? And then we will be taking questions on Wednesday. So no, we won't. Thursday. Then we'll be taking questions from him on Thursday. What show do we have on Wednesday? The second show. So we're going to be having the ATP immunity, the first show on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the power of humic and fulvic, but mainly the power of humic. So you're going to love that, especially what's going on right now. Couldn't have timed that one better. All right, here we go. Let's go to the questions. Today, we're only going to be taking 6 questions, live questions, guys. Make sure that, Lewis, that she sends me a test. All right. And only 6 questions live, because I'd like to do the questions that people have built up for the last 2 weeks. Amber, Dr. Wolfe, you did a 1-a-day for the lungs and ears. Can you review that with us? They were so powerful. Well, guys, that you can also see up on YouTube. I'll go through it, but I need to go through it fairly quickly, okay? First of all, This was for the lungs, and this is a nebulizer. Oh, guess what I am doing, guys? You ready for this? Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing how to stimulate and regenerate your lungs with clapping. I told everybody that in 2 weeks, we're going to do a clapping series, but you're going to have to opt into it. We're going to let everybody know, and then you'll have to send it in. We'll have a page you can send in, and then we'll let you attend the show. It's going to be a 2-hour show where I'm going to show how to clap the whole body and show you other exercises that will help with scar tissue inflammation, fibroids, migraines, sinus problems, TMJ problems, digestive problems. You'd be surprised what this little thing can do, okay? So I'm going to be doing a whole thing on padding and clapping. But tomorrow I'm doing one on just the lungs, okay? Because let's put it this way. Do I think this is as bad as everybody thinks? No. But do I think that we should do everything to make ourselves feel safe and healthy? Yes. So I will do whatever I can to give everybody peace of mind, okay? So anyways, this is the nebulizer. This is silver. And you can also put the Fulvic in, as I was saying before. And if you go back and and that's the silver. And here's the Fulvic Bright Eyes. And you can also nebulize SAC calcium in this too, right? So just so you know, you can do that as well. Somebody asked me the other day, and yeah, you could nebulize the SAC calcium in there too, right? Okay. Anyways, as I topple everything. Okay. So you can also spray the silver, okay, into your mouth. You can drink the silver. All right. The silver bullet, it's nano. And remember something, we've been using silver for centuries, and silver is in a lot of your fruits and vegetables and grains. Did you know that? Silver's in the soil. Silver is an antibacterial, okay? And it's nature's best, okay? 1 second. And then the silver gel, okay? We talked about that. You can put it up your sinuses when you travel. You can take the silver gel and you can mix the silver bullet gel. It's 20 times stronger than the liquid, and you can mix into that immunity, okay? Or you could mix tea tree into that, into your gel to sanitize your hands or anywhere else on your body, okay? And then with the silver bullet spray, you can spray that on doorknobs, anywhere that you want to sanitize, right? I know I'm going through this quickly, guys, but I want to get through these questions today for everyone. And like I said, you can go to How to Fly Healthy. It's on YouTube. I go through it. And then yesterday it was, what was yesterday's called, Lewis? It was supposed to be here, I asked. Remember? The one a day. Yeah, what was it called yesterday? Nope, that was today. Anyways, if you can figure that out, that'd be great. And then, that's about it. Yeah. That's about it. I don't want to do any more with that. I'd like to get right to the questions today. Okay. Like I said, guys, go back and watch those things. Okay. Because I don't want to get into too much product here today. All right. Lacey, Dr. Wolfe, who can take your courses? And can you please explain what a personal treatment and training is? Actually, personal treatment and training is where you come here for 7 days. We usually have 2 families here, or there might be just a couple, or it might be 2 people that are friends, or one person might even come to get trained on their own, okay? And they come for 7 days. They learn the nutrition, the detox, and they learn how to do the Wolfe non-surgical so that they could come home, they can go home and start being the practitioner for their families. I mean, we put this together years ago because the reality is that it's not working, okay? Getting treatments is not working. Getting treatments just turns the burner down. I want the burner off. And to do that, we had to give the power back to the people. Isn't that about what it's about? Power to the people? Anyways, and then our certification courses, anybody can take them. We have everybody taking them, from doctors, nurses, chiropractors, mothers, accountants, people that are changing their jobs, people that have always wanted to be practitioners but were told they couldn't because they couldn't afford it, or they were going to have to spend 10 years. Okay, well, you don't have to do that. And the reality is you can go to itioh.com and you can get the information, but understand we do trainings for you even after the course. Every 2 weeks we do a training, and our support material is beyond Thunderdome. Our course booklet for the Wolfe non-surgical technique, there's nothing like it in the world. There is no manual built like this one. There isn't, I swear. And there's no training like this, like we give. And we get rid of all the fluff. We go right to the core. And we also help you, because I've been at this for 40 years. I won't tell you I was good at business 40 years ago, but I'm good at business now. And my business is health. And we'll help you to be successful. Like when you leave our course, you're actually going to know how to do the technique. You're going to know how to do a consultation on an emotional, nutritional level, and how to do the detox, because I've laid all the protocols out. And we'll even build you your own website, okay? We'll build you a website, and you can be able to carry all our products without having to ship them out yourself. We do everything for you. So understand, we are the whole package. We're the deal. And that's what we want to do, is we want to create thousands of practitioners all over the world, okay? You create practitioners all over the world, and those practitioners are going to train other people, and we're going to train other people, and we're going to train other people, and then the matrix crumbles. That's what happens. What was the note? I can't read it. No, just say it. No, the one before that. That was Sunday. So you can go to ear infections, tinnitus, hearing loss. I did that on Sunday, but the Saturday one was called what? Silver bullet lung immunity. Go check that out, okay? So I don't have to spend a lot of time going through it. Okay, Lacey. Nope. Anyways, if you want to check out our courses, go right ahead, okay? Dawn. I've had 23 surgeries, 10 on facial reconstruction. So she must have been in an accident. 1 tummy tuck, 2 C-sections, gallbladder removed, 1 on the shoulder, 2 on the ankle, and 2 hernia. Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you about Dawn. Dawn, here's the deal. And you're going to say, well, a lot of them weren't my fault. But the reality is, if we grow up not feeling good enough, then we're always going to want to change things. Okay? But don't get me wrong. there's a difference between not feeling good enough and then admiring and taking care of this beautiful body of yours. Like, making sure your hair is nice, or, doing things that make you look younger and feel younger. I can see it, but long as it's not damaging your health and it's going to backfire on you. But what I'm talking about with Dawn is, ask yourself why somebody has 23 surgeries in their lifetime. Did you know that my father had 11 surgeries? And I'll tell you something, my father was never good enough. My father didn't know how to give love, and he didn't know how to take love, but he was a beautiful man. He was frustrated, he was very angry, and he isolated himself a lot. Until my father, the last probably 3 years, 4 years of his life, he never told me he loved me, never gave me a hug. He would hug if you went over to do it. But understand something. Just like this whole thing that's going on now, all this fear thing, I believe that there's a group of very powerful people that want to keep on feeding off the fear. I just think they're evil as hell, but that's just my opinion. And I believe that they make us feel that we're not good enough, okay? And that they make us feel unworthy, and they set us up for failure. But the thing is it's still up to you. You still have the power. So we still have choices. And you know what, Dawn? You can't do better until you know better, so I'm not picking on you about your 23 surgeries. So until you know better, you can't do better. So when you have the feeling of not being good enough, okay, or when you have the feeling that you can't heal yourself, you're going to opt for surgery. Now, don't you dare tell me that the medical system doesn't make you feel like you can't heal and that the body forgot how to heal, because that's the way we've been taught. Our body forgot how to heal, and God knows we're not smart enough to look after ourselves. So, Dawn, anybody that can survive through 23 surgeries, okay, because here's something else. Kim says to me, Dr. Wolfe, okay, I have Susan Rankin out of Alberta, and she's been working on my cesarean. I had 3 cesareans in the same spot. She has been able to get rid of the scar, and the only thing that's left is where they put the knife in. Why is it so tough? And she cannot get rid of that piece yet. So a little piece like this, where the knife went in, that it was that long, she removed the 2-inch roots that were coming off when they cut you, that scar from cutting you is the worst scar tissue, worse than a car accident, worse than being an alcoholic, worse than a bad diet, worse than a sports injury, okay? Worse than all the drugs you can take. Because I'll tell you what happened. When that knife went in, the whole body is a community. One cell is a living organism with the intelligence of a mind. Every cell has a brain, has a kidney, has a colon. One cell is completely like a whole body. All your cells are a community. When that knife started to go in, the whole community felt the terror. Terror, get it? Terror. So anyways, the knife went in, and where the knife went in, it would be those cells that would feel the worst terror. So believe it or not, where the knife went in, that emotional drama is locked into those cells, and that's why that scar tissue is going to be the hardest. So be patient, and it will leave. One day it will just leave. Make sure that you're using DMSO gel right over the area, okay? And also mixing our Pain Away Plus with the DMSO, and then just rub that a little light coat just on the area 5 times a day, even more. But if it starts to get a little red, just back off, and then just put some moringa oil on for a couple of days, because that'll heal it and it'll feed it, because moringa oil has more nutrition than anything else, okay? And what else would I be doing to that area? I would be clapping that scar. Let's say if the scar that's down on her tummy was right here. I would just sit there while I'm watching TV And I clap that for an hour every night. And guess what? And then, Susan, when you go in to do that, that thing's going to fall apart. Okay? All right? And make sure that you continue to do belly button therapy. Okay? Because belly button therapy is so powerful. Everybody check that out on my website. Okay? Belly button therapy kit. All right. Here we go. Pamela. Hi, Dr. Wolfe. I am 70 years old, 15 pounds overweight, and I have macular degeneration. And what that is, it's a medical condition which may result in blurred or no vision in the center of the visual field. What can I do for myself? Well, first of all, what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can do bright eyes and silver bullet. Okay, silver bullet first. You put a little spray, okay? All right, so we're going to just do this. Boom. Little spray in the eye. Let me do the other one. So they both feel good. Because these lights here, they are blue lights. We'll talk about that in a second. So first you do that. You do the silver bullet spray. And what that does, that creates an environment that infection cannot live in, okay? So just think if you were to do that 6 times a day. 6 times a day. And then, okay, after a few minutes, after you feel, because you could feel a little bit of tingling, a little bit of burning, and the more burning you have, the more irritated inflammation is in the eyes or infection, okay? And then, after that goes down, then what you're going to do, let's say after 5 minutes or something like that, then what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 drop of the Fulvic in. So now we know the silver, it created an environment to actually, against viral, bacterial, fungal, and inflammation. Then what happens is the Bright Eyes is a nano Fulvic, and it's the best chelator in the world. So it carries nutrition into the eyes. But what it does is it'll take 3 times its weight of toxicity out of the tissue cells in the eye. Okay, and you can check out PubMed, or you can go to the Humic Fulvic Guide in the library, and it's all there. And you know what's there? Not me going blah, 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 Dr. Wolfe. It's all just science that's been taken from third-party studies, universities, hospitals all over the world. Okay? So let me make that perfectly clear. If it was me and I had it, I'd be doing padding here, padding here, padding here. Because understand something, stimulation, okay, activation of stem cells, lymphocytes, increased circulation, because it's all about microcirculation. You wouldn't have macular degeneration if you didn't have what? Decreased circulation, and it's all about microcirculation. Your body, microcirculation takes up 74% of your body. 26% is regular circulation, like your arteries, veins. And then the macrocirculation is the little arterioles and the little venules, okay, and the little lymph vessels, okay? And they make up 74%. I would take a look at getting an Avicin. I would take a look at also getting a Bioptron. And also, I would get on the Perfect Day diet, okay, and I'd be taking lots of curcumin, cayenne. And I would also look at doing the Ultimate Coffee Enema. And what else was I going to say? And I would also look at doing advanced water fasting. Now, you're saying to me, oh, my God, Dr. Wolfe, that's a lot. My God, you're 70 years old. No, I don't mean anything about it. I think it's beautiful, 70 years old. But the thing is, you're 70 years old. What if you were to totally just personally honor, love, respect, and dedicate yourself into this thing for 3 to 6 months? Your eyes would change. Your eyes would heal. And remember something, your eyes are just the end result of your personality, what you do, what are your habits, and the way you live. And it's not your fault until you can't do better till you know better. I understand that. See these blue lights here? Listen, girl, if you go on computer and you're 70 years old, or you look at a telephone, iPhone, or if you watch TV or any of these things with blue light, and also if you have LED lighting in your house, it's going to be pounding the heck out of your eyes. Because let me tell you something, it's like this, okay? It's like you've got a wound and you're bleeding and you don't know how to stop it. And that's the way it is when you have blue light. Blue light is the worst thing for your eyes right now. And you need to minimize that right down. Oh, here they are. So what I would do if I were you is this. I would also see if maybe you can afford to get Tesla glasses, because as soon as you get these, you're going to see your eyes start to heal. Because wherever you go, whether it's a mall, whether it's the dentist, the doctor, okay, wherever it is, they all have LED lighting that is frying out your eyes. Let me ask you a question, Pamela. How often does it feel like your eyes are burning out of your skull? Like, how's that, everyone? Everybody out there, you should see the kids today on their phones. I mean, everybody's going to have tinnitus, hearing problems, eye disorders. They're all coming for you, okay? Especially with the 5G, and then we are just going blue light crazy, all right? Let me tell you something. There's nothing better to be in than the health business, but there's nothing worse to be in than the health business, because guess what? All our families and friends and everybody don't know what to do, and they just call up here. You should be me in the last 2 weeks here, okay? I'll tell you right now, I'm taking about 150 calls. You know when I caught up with last week's calls? Yesterday at 3 o'clock on Sunday. So am I upset about it? No. The reality is that if you know how to look after yourself, you don't have to freak out anymore, okay? But until you do, we're here, and we're here to support you, okay? So your questions matter. So I'm not telling you you're bothering me. I'm telling that you're bothering yourself if you don't know what to do. All right, Sue, I feel tired and slightly ill after eating eggs. Any explanation for that? Well, let me tell you something, Sue. Are they free range and organic? Next thing is, whoa, I just about spilt my carrot juice. No, they might not be, right? And the other thing is I'm going to tell you, are you cooking them in what oil? I hope it's coconut oil. And are they scrambled? Fry eggs can trouble your stomach, but guess what else? If they're hard boiled, what word sticks out in there? Hard boiled. Let me think. Not boiled. Hard. That's it. Hard to digest. So understand something. Don't eat hard boiled eggs. I eat eggs every day. Free range, organic, and they're raw, and they're in my blender drink. Take a look at my perfect day guide. You'll never feel nauseous. Take a look at where you're buying your eggs from. And Sue, you know what? Let's maybe not blame it on the eggs. Have you been going through a lot of emotional stuff lately? Because what can't you swallow? Or what are you swallowing that you can't digest? Maybe it's emotional. I don't know. But there's my answer on the eggs. I think eggs are just a beautiful food as far as protein goes, and then people will say, oh my God, you eat raw eggs. When's the last time you heard about somebody getting salmonella from eggs? Okay, you know what? You're going to get them if I were to crack the eggs open and put them in the hot sun and then eat them or fry them. I mean, who does that anyways, So the reality is that when you eat a raw egg, you might be getting around 17 to 27% protein. When you eat a raw egg, you're getting 70 to 90% protein. Did you know that? That's why I do it. I like to keep it efficient. Donna, is Fiji water hydrating? Let me tell you something. Structure water is hydrating, girl. I don't believe that Fiji water is structured. I think that it's so well advertised. Let me tell you something. Wouldn't it be great if people couldn't market us? Wouldn't it be great that repetition wasn't the key to everything? But see, on this planet, if you want to master your mind, you gotta repeat things over and over again. You gotta erase and replace. And I understand that. And that's the only way. But most people don't understand that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, you love this? Hey, you know what? Back a long time ago, there was this virus called the coronavirus, and they were able to use the media so much that they freaked the world out. They caused the world to go into fear and panic, and everybody thought they were going to die. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't long ago. That was just yesterday. There you go. I'm not trying to downplay that people are getting sick. I'm trying to show you something that I could sell you poop on a stick. You ever hear that saying? Well, I could if I said it properly and if I pushed it hard enough. And also, if I was a pharmaceutical advertiser, I could put it up and I could say, well, this poop could heal you, but it could also make you sick. That's your risk. You know, people would buy it. I mean, look what people buy now. They will buy a drug that will have one positive side effect, and then it could have 20 life-threatening ones. So the reality is Fiji water hydrating? I'll tell you what's hydrating. Structured water. God created structured water. The universe created structured water. The Creator created structured water. And that is the water that comes down as rain or fast-moving rivers. And that doesn't mean that the water is pure, but because the reality is once you structure it, it protects you against anything toxic inside of it. Did you know that? Did you know that even when we have a boiled water advisory, now you're going to think I'm a nutcase, okay? We're still drinking the water out of our tap and only structuring it. Go figure. And we've never been sick, but my neighbors have been sick. So it's not whether or not Fiji water's hydrating. Why would I spend that ridiculous money for it and get water shipped from some island out in the ocean? I love it. This is amazing, okay? Just amazing. And then guess what? The people that own the Fiji water, if you knew who these people were, you wouldn't like them very much, okay? And I'll just say that much. Okay, now, so there's my answer. And I'm not buying bottled water. And if I went someplace and the water was really, really dirty, yellow or something like that, well, then I'd buy bottled water, but I'd still put it through my structure unit because structuring is nature's water. End of story. Okay? And I structure everything I drink. We structure all our health products that are liquids as well. Okay. Jim, can you please talk about floaters in the eyes? Why one might get them and what do... Okay, floaters. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Why do you get mucus coming out of your nose? Why do you get it coming out of your bowels? Why do you get it coming out of your vagina? Okay, same thing in the eyes. Floaters in the eyes, the mucus is there to help to protect. It's contamination from stagnation, from decreased circulation, from inflammation. Okay, so that's what's going on. So that's mucus. So if you start using the Bright Eyes, start using the Silver Bullet, cutting back on your inflammatory products, do the Ocean Essential Fatty Acids, do the Curcumin Cayenne 5000, start drinking structured water, make sure your bowels are moving. But guess what? If you only did Bright Eyes and Silver Bullet, that would be enough to get rid of the floaters. Do it 6 times a day. Start there. Give me a call, Jim, and I'll answer you, okay? My extension is number 5. For those of you that if you get stumped, you hit a bump, my extension's number 5. The 800 number is 855-900-4544, extension 5. And for those of you who want to get our 7 empowering steps, just email us at quickstart@docofdetox.com. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Jennifer, I have a friend with a 7-month-old baby. The baby drinks breast milk and has recently started eating pureed homemade baby food. Since starting solids, the baby seems to be going days without pooping. The mom is concerned about what would cause constipation and how to prevent it. Well, babies should be breastfed for a year if possible. Okay? All right? Can you discuss how digestion and elimination works in the baby? What should mom do to help the baby? She started, let me see here, eating homemade baby food. Find out what's in the baby food. If the baby food was fruit, she wouldn't be constipated. So guess what she's doing? She's doing yams, I bet you. She might be doing yams. She could be doing lentils. The baby can't digest them yet. The digestive tract's not prepared. You can get away with fruit. That's what you should be doing. You should be doing fruit right now, and then still giving the baby breast milk if possible. But that's what you want to be. You want to be making, and I'll tell you right now, you might even want to put a little bit of digestive enzyme in the food. I don't know what you're feeding the baby, but if you want to send me in what the baby food is, then we can tweak it and fix it. And the baby's only 7 months old. You know, I can tell you right now that my daughter, Genevieve, when she was 3 months old, we actually did a little enema on her with an ear syringe using just pure aloe liquid and water. And we warmed it up and we just squirted that in and we just moved the baby's legs just gently. Okay? Because she was having breathing problems. You'd be surprised because the meridian for your lungs starts here and comes down and it connects to the large intestine. Isn't that something? So I'd have to know a little bit more, but I guarantee you that you are pureeing food that a 6-month-old is not capable of digesting yet. So, you put the cart before the horse. Casey, can you give us your opinion on the coronavirus? What's really behind it? Already did, buddy. Paul, hi, Dr. Wolfe. Can you please help me with a brief pre, during, and post-pregnancy diet for women? Fruits mostly and veggies going raw. Also, what is the best way to move lymphatic system? Okay, here's the deal. I'll try to make it as we are actually doing a course called The Perfect Pain-Free Pregnancy, and that will be ready probably by September. Just so you know that, but we already have it. When we already have couples that come here who want to get pregnant or the wife is already pregnant, and we teach how to do the Wolfe non-surgical, the diet, the emotional stuff. We're already doing it here. But I'm talking about the course in a manual. It'll be all done by the fall. But if you ever want to come for the perfect pain-free pregnancy and learn from us, we're here. Here we go. All right. So believe it or not, if you go to, people they don't believe it's this easy. Go to the Perfect Day Diet and, here's the deal. Let me just back up. Just send an email to quickstart@docofdetox.com. You'll get the 7 empowering steps. Go to the Perfect Day. And in the Perfect Day, go look at the diet, okay? And then start looking at things that you need to do. In that diet, read it over, watch the video, and then you can call me, please, Paul. I have no problem with that. And I'll answer your questions. Then if you want to go deeper, you can book a consult or you can come and spend a week with us and we'll go the whole route. Okay. So the Perfect Day Diet, take a look through that. There will be a little bit of tweaking, okay? And once you're pregnant, you do not want to do any heavy detoxes. No. Intermittent fasting is fine. That's why the Perfect Day Diet is great. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And some women will do up to a day, 1 day maybe, of water fasting. Always check with your doctor, okay, about that. They will know best about that one. The next thing is make sure about your bowels. If you want to make sure your lymphatic moves, then you've got to make sure that your bowels are moving, okay? And there is absolutely, I wouldn't be doing coffee enemas, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing warm water enemas with tummy love in them, okay? Gentle warm water enemas with tummy love, taking the daily cleansing tea, taking tummy love, and taking black gold, and do it now, and don't allow yourself to get constipated. The other thing is this, get yourself a pelvic enhancer, and I would call Dean Saleo, and I would do that. If you've got like a massage table at home, then you can do this, where you put one leg up, straight up, and the other one hanging down to open up that pelvis, and also do the pelvic activation squat, and make sure that you're doing the belly button therapy, okay? Now, go and take a look at the Holy Grail of Healing video, and that'll show you how to do the pelvic activation squat. That'll show you how to do the pelvic enhancer, all right? Now, the other thing is blender drinks are a real big deal. Juicing is a really big deal. I would be doing a quart of carrot juice with some celery juice. I'd be doing another quart to 40 ounces of the lemon, honey, and cayenne if I was pregnant, to really help to keep the infection down. So 2 tablespoons of raw honey, 1 pinch of cayenne, 1.5 ounces of fresh lemon juice, okay? And then I would mix that into 40 ounces in a thermos and drink that warm throughout the day to make you feel really cozy. And then I do a quart of carrot juice, maybe mix some celery in there, And then I'd make sure that I was doing at least 3 to 4 quarts of water a day, 2 salads, 2 blender drinks. Go take a look at my perfect day. Okay? And here, a big thing about diet is this. So you're not going to get constipated. And as far as your lymph goes, you can do rebounding. That's really amazing. But if you can afford it, get yourself what's called an Avicin. It will increase, okay? It increases the microcirculation in the human body. This is scientifically proven 100% more than any other energy device on the planet. And all you got to do is put your hand in, and it puts your body into a parasympathetic state continually. And I would do that 4 times a day. Do you know what that's going to do for the baby? Oh, the baby will be inside going, That's what the baby would be doing. So the reality is this, and also get rid of toxic people. Okay, get rid of toxic people during this pregnancy. Get rid of toxic family. Get rid of toxic movies. Get rid of anything, because as soon as the baby enters the womb, every frequency and every vibration goes into that baby. Okay? All right, so ready for this? You may not believe this, but the biggest part of that baby's personality is already created before it even comes out and says hello. That's right, because everything daddy says and mommy says and everything they do to themselves and each other gets recorded. How do you like that? What a dangerous thing that is, eh? Because most people are so bloody unconscious. No wonder kids are adulterated before they're even born. Okay, so that's why we've put this together. It's called the Perfect Pain-Free Pregnancy, and it's not just, it's talking about no emotional pain, no physical pain, and you don't have to have physical pain when you're pregnant. You don't have to have physical pain when you're older. You don't have to have physical pain anytime if you learn that pain is a GPS and you learn how to master it. End of story. Okay, Amanda, you know what? There's a group of people that have been in power for a few hundred years now. And do your own research. And you'll find out that they have dumbed us down so badly. So badly. You know, you'll hear about other societies that were doing miracles and amazing things centuries ago. We have been so dumbed down, you have no idea. You know what? If we could bring up our frequency, which means we'd have to totally honor, love, respect ourselves and each other, go figure. Wouldn't that be a crazy thought? Only then will this world change. Amanda, I did surgery on my nose a couple years ago, and ever since then I get a sinus infection a couple times a year. Yeah, what would you recommend for that? I'd recommend that you go and you come to us. First of all, you need this, sweetheart. Okay, get the silver bullet and get the Fulvic eyedrops. Okay, all right, that's one thing. And then you can also, what else you can do? You can also spray the silver into your sinuses. Now, the other thing that you can do is make sure you see a Wolfe non-surgical therapist. Okay, if you can come to me, I can spend 10, 15 minutes here, 10, 15 minutes here, and I'll open it up. Do you know what it is? It's scar tissue. The scar tissue was created in here from the surgery. Go figure. Okay, so now we got to go in and turn the scar tissue back into beautiful connective tissue, because when you have physical blocks in here, you block the energy, you block the blood, you block the lymph, you're going to have inflammation and swelling, and you're going to have congestion. Yeah. So whether it's constipation in your bowel or constipation in your sinus, constipation in your ears, constipation in your joints, are you getting this, guys? Are you getting this? It's always a scar tissue issue, displaced calcium, crystallization, and that's here, or in your rear. Okay? Everywhere. Okay? It's that simple. Do you know why people aren't really getting well out there? Because practitioners still don't get it. They don't get that it's a scar tissue issue. A medical doctor only thinks it's a scar tissue issue when it's time to do surgery. Did you get that part? I hope you did. Okay? And then therapists, they would like to move the joints back into place, or they'll do trigger point therapy, or they'll try to move energy. But what a physical block? What are you talking about? You know, as you get older, the only reason why you feel old is because you're a scar tissue issue. And you've got displaced calcium and crystallization. So let's really try to get that, okay? Let's take that in. But the sinus infection, that's a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park. And make sure you stay away from inflammatory foods. Dairy is the worst one for your sinuses. Cream, okay? Cheese, yogurt. I mean, you couldn't force me to eat yogurt. How's that? And I bet you if I go in almost every house, everybody's got Greek yogurt. Well, guess what? Freak, eat the Greek. Jeez, you know what? Tell me that advertising doesn't pay. I'm still thinking of doing that poop on a stick thing. I guarantee you, if I could get enough money and get enough people behind me, we could do this. Jeez. You know what? Like, take a look at people and look at the insanity. So even if everything was true about the coronavirus, even if it was true, why can't we just calm down? How about in 5 weeks from now, 6 weeks, things start to chill out? I could be wrong, but they're going to chill out. Just chill out. Okay. Jay, can you explain why my friend Bill has chronic itching for 10 years? Well, there are many reasons here, Bill, and I'm going to tell you what they are. And here's the two main reasons. Fungus, okay, because of antibiotics, the fungus has drilled holes through your intestines, gone into your blood, and now it's gone through your body. If you don't have eczema and have psoriasis, then it's worms, okay? And guess what? Or it could be fungus and worms, because where there's worms, there's fungus. When's the last time that you saw a manure pile that didn't have fungus, bad bacteria, and worms, and viruses, all bad ones, parasite party, they all come, low vibration, low frequency, everybody comes to that party. It's end of story. That's why I'm not worried about the coronavirus with anybody in my family. It'll never happen. We vibrate way too high. Virus is way down here. Never measures up. Can't even get near us. Okay? Bring your vibration down. Freak out. Eat the wrong foods. Don't drink water. Freak out. Wow, you're lower than the virus. You're gone. Okay. Colette. Oh, wait. So let me see here. Itching. Well, first of all, for the itching, I'll tell you something right now. He can do skin brushing. He can do salt glows. But what he needs to do is he needs to calm down. I'll tell you something. Have you ever been stressed out? You get really itchy? So get him to get a skin brush, okay? And to do dry skin brushing. And I'm going to be showing that next week. I'm going to be showing you how to do dry skin brushing all over your whole body. We're going to talk about it just in a one-a-day. And then sometime, Lewis, in the next month, right? We're going to actually show how to do a skin brushing, salt glow, and how to do a sauna and niacin flush all together, aren't we? And that's going to go up into our do-it-yourself in YouTube. We're already putting stuff up there, aren't we? So we hope to have 50 to 100 videos within the next 9 months for you. So you can just go there and just learn how to take care of yourself. And I apologize that you haven't been taught that. We've actually been given the wrong information. All right, can you explain? Okay, we talked about him, skin brushing, salt glow. And just know this, every time you do dairy or sugar or anything that's going to create any inflammation is going to create the itchiness. And the lower you vibrate, the more that your worms will breed, the more that the bad bacteria breeds, the more that the fungus breeds, and that's how it works. All right? So I would suggest that this person also get on fulvic acid concentrate, tummy love, and curcumin cayenne 5000 to get the inflammation down and the infection, and daily cleansing tea. Now, 13, Colette. Dr. Wolfe, in your upcoming Woman series, will you talk about how invasive the annual PAP, a PAP test is? It's a screening procedure for cervical cancer. Tests are, it causes injury and invites infection. You're absolutely right. They do. And understand something. It's all about getting tested. You know what? People say to me, should I go for this test, that test, this test? I go, it's like this. If you're going to worry about your health, go get the test. But then most of the cases, if you're worried about your health and you need the test, that means you're only going to be good until the next test. Usually a week after you get the test, you're now worried and waiting for the next test. So I'll tell you what the test is. The test is calming down and learning how to create the perfect day in every way on an emotional and physical level so you don't get into that mess. I have never gone for a test since I was 19 years old. And I didn't go for a test. I went to get a mole removed when I was 19 years old because my mother said it was going to go cancerous before I knew better. And that my grandfather just had cancer, and then we had to help him with his colon cancer. So of course that mole was going to go. And this guy went and I got a scar on my back that long, and till this day it still gives me trouble in my scalp. So understand something. Surgery causes more scar tissue than any other issue. Yeah. And will I be going over that in the I Am Woman series? Yes, I am. I will be going over it. And the reality is, though, but the thing is that if you're going to, like I said before, I had a lady come up to me and said, Dr. Wolfe, I really want to go through your therapy, but I really believe I need to do chemo. And if I don't, I'll die, because she thinks I'm against it. And I go, well, if you think you're going to die, you better do the chemo. You know, I'm not against anything. Just because I won't do it doesn't mean I'm not going to judge anybody for what they do. If you work with us, we're not judging you. Do you understand? You've been judged enough. You judge yourself harshly. Everybody else judges you harshly. I don't care if my patients even lie to me and I catch them. It's okay, because we've been taught we have to lie to survive. My God, I lie. I'll lie to somebody that can't handle the truth. There you go. 3, 2, 1, I got that. I will lie to someone who can't handle the truth. Did you get that? And you know what? We're forced to. We're forced to do that. Because guess what? I will always tell the truth when I'm in my territory, when I'm in my environment. But if I get caught into an environment, and far as I'm concerned, an environment where I'm not in my own protected area, okay, I'm going to say whatever I need to get out of there, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. There are people and there are systems that I don't trust, and I never will, because they can't be trusted. All right. Dr. Wolfe, okay, so I will be going over that, and yes, you're right. And if I was a woman, I'd never go for one, because guess what? As long as it feels beautiful down here, as long as it smells good down here, and long as I know what I'm putting in here, and look, you can tell when you're healthy. You feel beautiful inside and out. The only time you really know that you need to go get tested is when you're breaking the laws of the universe. That's when you need to get tested. And when you don't know better. Well, my mother did it, my grandmother did it, so I'll do it. My daughter will do it. My children, they don't go to doctors, guys. We don't go to doctors. We are the doctors. And that's what we teach people, is you need to become your own doctor. What does doctor stand for? Do you know what doctor stands for? Teacher. Is your practitioner, medical doctor, teaching you how to look after yourself? Or are you just getting more fearful and you don't know what the hell to do? Soma, what do you suggest for hair loss? Well, you know the Avicen, and right now, please, this is not a sales pitch. The Avicen is $4,000. It's $3,500 right now. We have $500 off. That'll help you grow your hair back. That increases the microcirculation by 100%, more than any other device. It increases the microcirculation by 66%. In the human body, we can prove that. You just put your hand in it, that same device that I was telling you earlier for the pregnant woman. Okay? It also puts you into a parasympathetic state. You'll know because you'll have to cut your hair more often. You'll have to cut your nails more often, and even your toenails. So we know the circulation is up. And then also padding and clapping. I'll be going through that in that padding and clapping class. That'll be coming up in 2 weeks. But you're going to have to opt in. We're going to advertise that. I'll be telling people. And if you opt in, you get to be part of it. Okay? And you can get your clapper on our website if you want. And then the other thing is I would put Hair Restore. It's an essential oil we put together. And I'd put Hair Restore on here. And the other thing that you can do is get yourself some moringa oil. And then you can also, like Structure Moringa oil, And then you get what you do is you add cayenne pepper as much as you can for the heat of it, and you rub that on your scalp. And then you put saran wrap around, and if it gets too hot, take it off. But so just start off easy. How much should you do? Well, just start off slow, and take like we've got structured moringa oil here, and you can get that from us. And then what you do is you put the cayenne in, and you mix it, and just do a little pinch and start rubbing it on, and then what you do is you mix also hair restore in with the moringa oil, the cayenne, and the hair restore oil, and then you start putting that on, and then you can just put it on without saran wrap or a cap the first time, and just see how it feels. And if you put too much cayenne in, then you can take it off, but you want to put it on those spots. And then you can do the patting and the clapping I'll teach you, and then get yourself an Avicin and you're off to the races. Okay? Remember something, the follicle's dying. Your microcirculation is not great. Okay? Donna, I got a message from my vet saying my dog is due for her vaccinations. What do I do? My husband says to do it, but I'm against it. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to go in between you and your husband. That's the last thing I want to do. And the reality is you and your husband have to become united. And, but the last thing I'm going to ever try to do is to teach a man something, because men are, oh boy, yeah. Most men, I don't even want to take the time to talk to them. And that's the deal. You know what? Did you know that 95% of of the calls we get here are women? Lately, more men are calling, and I think I'm calling them out. I've been calling them out on all my shows. But the reality is men don't want to look after themselves, okay? Because men have been taught that women will look after themselves. That's why women are exhausted looking after the kids, look after their big baby men, because, men, guess what? We don't get attacked by anybody trying to attack our home and hurt our family. We also don't have to go out and hunt and look for food. Do you know what your job was? Your job was to protect the family from who? From the government, from corporations, from systems. And guess what? Making sure only good food comes home. You're supposed to do the research, and you're supposed to make sure that there was only love in the house. You've done a crappy job. Do you even know what your job is anymore? I mean, women work all day, then they work with the kids, then they help to make the food. I mean, what is it that men do? Help me out here. Okay, Donna, what I would do myself is I've never vaccinated a dog or a cat or any of the pets that we used to have, and I just wouldn't do it. But that's personal. You know what? And here's the deal. And you might say, oh my gosh, Darrell, but Donna, if your husband is going to terrorize you, take the dog and get vaccinated. Okay? You know what? People actually think that they're their beliefs. Whenever I talk to someone, Donna, doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Lewis over here, I know I'm not talking to his heart or his spirit, because guess what? People aren't awake to that. Only 1 out of 10,000 people are. Do you know who I'm talking to when I talk to 9,999 people? Is I'm talking to their beliefs. Wow, doesn't that suck, eh? So there's the deal. So you know what? You can fight with your mother, your brother, your sister, your husband, and you can have the same argument for 20 years. The reality is, until someone wants to change their personality, they're not going to change their reality. And I'll tell you something right now. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. I'm not going to say sorry to anyone unless I hurt them. And the reality is I want to change every day my personality. Okay? All right? There's probably only one person that was alive on this planet that I truly admire, that I follow behind. Okay? All right? And the rest is history. Chris, I'm taking 1 teaspoon each of Tummy Love, Fulvic, and Humic in a quart of water. Is that enough for the day besides the lemon? Well, right now, I would just, all you have to do is just up the Humic to 1 tablespoon, and you're off to the races. Enough for the day. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so you're doing 1 teaspoon of Tummy Love. That's fine. 1 teaspoon of fulvic, but I would be doing 1 tablespoon of humic. And that's enough to put a chokehold on any virus. Don't believe me? Okay. The National Institute of Health, they're the ones that said that humic will lock down any virus. And also, if you take a look in PubMed, and also if you go into our humic fulvic book in the library, we have enough third-party research from universities, hospitals, and science evaluation centers around the world. Okay, Lee, is well water the same as structured water? No, it is not, Lee. And I'll tell you something, not all well water is the same, and I'm not really cool about well water. I would still structure my water. You know, I lived on a farm when I was younger. The water was terrible. And then when I lived in Nova Scotia, we did a well. We had 40 gallons per minute, and it was 8 pH, and I still structured it. Okay, so the reality is that was beautiful water, but I still structured it. Structured water, structured water. Structured water comes from fast-moving rivers, waterfalls, and rain. That's it. That's why our ancestors drank that water. That's it. Well water is not that. So I would structure it, okay? And if you do get a structure unit, you can put a drip line on that will drip the structured water back into the well and structure your well water even more. Carrie, can a child take Curcumin cayenne 5000? If so, how many and how often? Well, I'll tell you right now, just 1 a day is enough. That's all I would do is 1 a day, and I would do it halfway through the meal, okay? All right? And that's how I would start it. 1 a day. That's all we need to do. And then why don't you let me know, Carrie, either type it in on the Q on Facebook or YouTube or Intercom, or give me a call, extension 5, and let me know how she feels or he feels. 19, Dr. Wolfe, will you please tell me how to get rid of shingles? Well, shingles are stress. And every time that you get shingles, you'll find out that you either stressed out or you drank too much wine or you had too much ice cream or sugar, or you just stressed out. That's usually the case. You know, I'm so worried about my children. I'm worried about what's going on now. Everything is a freak out. So don't freak out, because what you did was you blew out your nervous system. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. We all have the opportunity of getting shingles. It's your personality that creates the dis-ease. It's your personality that creates your reality. Okay? How do you get rid of shingles? Well, first of all, you got to reduce the inflammation in your body. So look at moving your bowels with the daily cleansing tea, doing the ultimate coffee enema, doing the Curcumin cayenne 5000 we just talked about, drinking enough structured water, going on the perfect day diet. These are the things. You know what? If you can create a perfect day for yourself, that's going to be the key. I have had the nerve block injection. Side effects include infection, bruising, bleeding. Okay, blocking the wrong nerve, possible drooping of the eyelids. Okay, first of all, oh gosh, guys, let me see. All I'm going to say is I don't want to get into this too much because we're going down medical alley here, and that's a one-way street for me, and I'm not going down that street too far. I will tell you that the more that you go down medical alley and the less you walk down the trail of nature and universal law, the more you're going to get yourself into trouble. I'll read the rest of this, but I can't. I have tried the lidocaine patches, a medical anesthetic that stops the nerves from sending pain signals. Oh, that's really smart. Why don't we tell the body to just shut up so we can keep damaging it? Understand something. Even though the pain is blocked, your body's still on fire. You're still burning up your tissues. You're still burning up your nervous system. And you're still on your way to not just inflammation, but mutation. Because that's what happens. You get inflamed too much. The fire of inflammation eats up the oxygen. When you eat up the oxygen 35% for a long enough period, the cells must mutate and cancer must come. So the side effects from the patches include burning, bruising, blistering, itching, irritation, dizziness, nausea, etc. Okay, I'm taking tramadol. Side effects: dizziness, headache, drowsiness, nausea, and vomiting, constipation, lack of energy, sweating, dry mouth. For pain and pregabalin to calm the nerves. I I can't even pronounce these. Yet, okay, first of all, if I wanted someone to feel they didn't have the intelligence to look after themselves, I would give names to the products they had to take that nobody could even pronounce properly, and I wouldn't call an inflamed colon. I'd call it colitis. I would call pain in your muscle tissues fibromyalgia. You know what I mean? I would call everything that people get not something that explains it. I would keep them in the dark. I'd make sure it was another language, like maybe Greek. Oh, just like the Greek yogurt. There you go. How's that for marketing? I have had these shingles for 10 months. Any help would be greatly appreciated. I'll tell you what, you want to come on my show, you don't have to show your face, but we'll do a live consultation and we'll talk about this, and we'll talk about your family a little bit, and we'll talk about you a little bit personally, and we'll talk about your diet. And if you want to come on and be honest with me, there'd be so many people that you would help, and I promise I'll help you. Okay? So that's the deal. But you know what? You're complicated. Okay? You're complicated. You know what? Sickness has become, okay, a full-time job, and it's also what you do in your spare time. Now, does this make you stupid? No. Does it make you into a bad person? No. Is this just beliefs that you don't even know you're running? Yes. You are running a pain body program that is so dangerous, okay? And guess what, dear? You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love yourself, and you deserve love, Carol. And understand something. And that's the whole deal. If I can't get love, then I need attention. And I'm not telling you did this on purpose. I'm telling you that you got sucker punched on a subconscious, unconscious level. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not 100% right, but I'm close to it. Ellen, Dr. Wolfe, do you have a video on eyes? How to take care of glaucoma, cataracts, reversing blindness. Didn't we just do that? No, we didn't. Oh, wait. No, we didn't do the eyes, did we? Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll do it this week. All right, we'll do it this week. I'll do one on eyes, and I'll go really slow, and we'll go really thorough. Okay? I'll do it this week sometime. Right? You'll remind me? Okay. Janice, the bedroom in our house is surrounded on the other side of its wall by the washer and the dryer, not hot water heater, gas furnace, and air conditioner. Will the large protector crystal help? Yes, it will. Do not put it in the bedroom. Put it in the middle of the house. Will Doc of Detox cell protectors help if I put one on each of those? Yes. Put the cell protectors on each of those. I promise you it'll help. Okay? It will help. And also get yourself a protector. Not a protector, but a bodyguard. All right? Jason, do any pendants help keep EMF away? Yeah, this does. Okay? So does this does, and this does. And you know what? This is called a bodyguard. This is called a protector. If you buy it, you don't like it, don't break it, send it back. Okay? There, free trial run. Wait till you start using these. These are beautiful. This will do your home. And the other thing is, if you're truly being bombarded and you're really sensitive and you want to spend the money, isn't it great when you own the company? You just get to do it. I told everybody this before, and I said I would give 20 of these away, Wi-Fi's at 30% off. All right, and just know this, we have 11 left. The last show, which was what, last week? Yeah. So we got rid of 9. There's 11 left. I'm only doing 20. And I'll tell you why I'm doing it. I'm doing it in celebration, not celebration, but celebration for you if you want, because this is a Wi-Fi, and it also will, it's scalar technology, and it nullifies the actual frequencies, especially if you're really feeling it, okay? These crystals will do it, all right? But in our office, I have this because we have like 10 computers, right? Don't we have 10? Close to 10. And then all the lights that are going on here. So anyways, if you want, you can have it for 30% off. You can check that out. You're going to have to call extension 1 and say that you saw it on the Q&A. But you're going to have to say exactly that because they won't believe you. All right? Next. Oh, and the other thing is, guess what, guys? You want to know something? The only water to protect you against EMF is structured water. Go figure, eh? All right, because structured water helps to structure your blood, which structures your lymph, which actually nullifies the negative effects of EMF right down to the cellular level. Melissa, I have eczema on only one finger. Nothing seems to help. Even steroid cream, go figure, only helps for a day or two. Yeah, well, that's because, you know what? You cannot poison something well. I've tried dairy-free, gluten-free diet. I drink lots of water. Yeah, but probably not structured water. And I guarantee you that you haven't cleaned out your bowels. And if you've got eczema on your finger, it's not because you touched something moldy. It's because this is the weak link in the body. And if you've got it on your finger, it means you've got fungus throughout your whole body. Did you get that? Because the fungus comes from your large intestine. So from antibiotics, from an incorrect diet, okay, and I don't need to get into incorrect right now, but mainly antibiotics, okay? Oh, and even steroid creams, they can even help the fungus to grow more. I hope you know that. Now, so the fungus, first of all, when you take the antibiotics or when you have the damage to the yeast in the large intestine, it turns into what we call candidiasis fungus. Then it becomes a predator, and it drills holes through your intestines, and that creates leaky gut. Well, that creates autoimmune disease. Now what we got is we've got the fungus going through and now in your bloodstream, and now it gets to go throughout your body. Oh, wait a minute. We could call that hearing inflammation. It could be tinnitus. Oh, wait a minute. It could be ear infection. Oh, wait a minute. It could be sinus infection. Oh, wait a minute. It could be inflammation in the eyes. It could be inflammation in the brain. Okay. It could be vaginitis. Oh, wait a minute. It could be jock itch. Wait a minute. It could be toe fungus. Oh, wait a minute. You've got finger fungus. Okay, how are we doing? So the reality is that we know that cancer is a fungus, but I wouldn't actually say that that you have cancer. But the reality is this, that if you've got fungal problems, it's definitely heading in that direction, correct? And that's not a fear tactic either. So what I would want to do is I want to fix my intestine. So I'd want to start doing maybe the daily cleansing tea, the tummy love, the black gold, and then I would like to do the curcumin cayenne to bring down the inflammation. And then I would take a look at the perfect day diet. And then if you really were gun-ho and you just want to get this over with, then you do the ultimate coffee enema and then start looking at advanced water fasting. Okay, that's the deal right there. It is. It truly is the deal. Donna, I've asked my dentist to take out all metal fillings. It's a private dentist. She said it could make it worse for my health if I mess about with them. So basically, I've been advised to leave them. What should you suggest? Well, I don't know about you, girl, but I will tell you right now, I've got a dentist that I was quoted $4,000 in dental work. It cost me $700 down in Ixtapa, Mexico. So I would say it's time for a holiday. And this dentist here, she's a biological dentist, and she does not use x-rays, and she scans it all out. She can tell by the inflammation, the infections that are going on, and by just using her mirrors. End of story. And guess what? Let me tell you something. How foolish are we? Oh my God, they have a white coat. Oh my God, they're approved by the government. Oh my God, they went to school for 12 years. Are you like kidding me? I don't want to even say this, but medical doctors are the leading cause of death in this country, in North America. Do you understand? Who gets that title? All right. And then dentists, oh my gosh, they put mercury in your mouth. They put fluoride in your mouth. They do root canals that cause cancer. I mean, and you're going to listen to this woman? First of all, tell me she doesn't have any mercury in her office. Tell me that she doesn't use fluoride. Tell me that she doesn't do root canals. And I'll tell you, maybe we should listen to her. Whew. Wow. Wow. You know, we're either going to get so freaked out of what went down just in these last few weeks that we will be scared like little mice in the corner, or we're just going to go, this is enough. This is enough. I don't know. What do you think? I'm not going to do either. Because I did that a long time ago. This is enough. I don't need to say this is enough. Because I don't take this stuff. I don't do this stuff. I don't do this dance. There's no way I'm going to freak out my family. I'm not going to freak out my children, my grandchildren. When they come to me, I'm going to be the light. I'm going to be the Braveheart warrior. They're going to, when they look at me, they're going to go, hey, thank God. There's the island right there. Rebecca, my son was diagnosed with lymphocytic esophagitis. Okay, all right. It's a medical disorder involving inflammation in the esophagus. What can he do to heal? He said cayenne and turmeric cause him worse heartburn. Thank you. Well, guess what? So he takes it with meals. And understand something. I'm going to say something right now. Rebecca, your son wouldn't have lymphocytic esophagitis. What does that mean? Lymphocytic. Well, that means that the lymph nodes, the lymph vessels are jammed up toxic. His esophagus is inflamed already. All right? So we already know he doesn't drink enough water, doesn't drink structured water. His bowels aren't working right. We know that he's a sugar carb junkie maybe. We know he's eating bread and dairy. Or we know that he's drinking alcohol. We know he's not looking after himself. So, of course, if you're inflamed already and you take cayenne and turmeric, I didn't say take cayenne and turmeric. I said take curcumin, cayenne, 5,000. And then with somebody like this, we would take it when we eat food halfway through the meal. And the reality is, if your son wants to get well, he's going to have to call up. We're going to do a consultation, and I'm going to give you a money-back guarantee. And you're going to be the one to make sure that he does these things, okay? Because no liar, pants on fire. And I'll know if he's doing what I ask. But if he does what I ask, I'll refund your money if we don't have a turnaround within 6 weeks to 3 months. And that's maximum. You know what? You know the old thing? There was this guy, he was on a radio show, and he used to go, hey, and he used to start his show off like this. And the rest of the story, that's right. And guess what? This coronavirus, guess what you're going to find out in about a couple years. And the rest of the story, and it's always going to be the rest of the story. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I will not listen to the majority of the population at all. I will not do what the majority of the population does. Who would? 92% of the population has autoimmune disease. 3 out of 4 children, okay, have either a chronic illness or they're overweight. We already know that a 12-year-old child today is going to live 12 to 15 years less than their parents. Really, things are just moving along great here, I'd say. What do you think? Cayenne turmeric caused him. I appreciate you very much, and God bless. God bless you too. And you know what? If you want to come on, I'll do even a free consultation with him. He doesn't have to show his face, and we'll do it live, and we'll talk about it, because we're going to find out what's going on. We don't even have to talk about all the nutritional stuff. You know what? It's all the emotional stuff, and what's still in the cupboards, okay? Rebecca, what's still in the cupboards? What does he like to snack on? Rebecca, what do you like to snack on? Okay? Christine, Facebook, I have a healthy immunity. Haven't had a lot of colds since October 2018. I add your tummy love to my water once a day and your concentrated Fulvic 1 to 2 times a day. I am not at home, so only use black gold for enemas when home, as stains my teeth as have weird enamel worn teeth. Yeah, that's a calcium problem. So the only teeth that black gold would stain, but black gold won't stain your teeth if you do what you're supposed to. Mix it in with soups, mix it in with your baking if you bake. I wouldn't say to do that. Or you mix it in with your blender drinks. It's not going to stain your teeth. So I don't know how it's staining your teeth, okay? And but if it is staining your teeth, there's only one way, and that's because they're so porous because you've been pulling the calcium out because you're so acidic. So I would be really taking a look at SAC calcium to get your teeth at least the Dentagen, because they'll fix your teeth right back up. So get on Dentagen, and then make sure you're drinking structured water, because that's how you're going to really, and lots of Fulvic, because you really got to bring down that acidity. It wouldn't hurt to make sure you're doing daily cleansing tea and ultimate coffee enema. Charlene, 27. What is the best way to help teenage boys develop strength muscle? They are active. They play soccer, track, snowboard, among other activities. They are thin, but both want more muscle. Well, I'll tell you how. Okay, so it's a little more expensive, but you can call the office. We'll get it for you wholesale, and it's called Zija Plant Protein. It's the best protein powder, and get them on SON formula. Okay, here it is. Call the office, or you can actually, the SON formula, I think it should be up online, but there's SON formula. SON formula is absorbable, 98% absorbable amino acids, okay? And that's the whole deal. So they need amino acids, so take a look at getting the Zija Core Plant Protein and the SON formula. And I just want you to know that the strongest man in the world he has a whole plant-based diet, no animal products. So you can take a look at putting beans, making beans for them like chili. You can take a look at things like lentils. That's really great for them. Really whole grains like ancient grains. But that's the reality. But the SON formula and and when you do their blender drinks, throw in like about 2 or 3 raw eggs. Their digestion's great. So you can like throw in 2 or 3 raw eggs in there with their blender drinks with strawberries and almond milk or coconut milk or oat milk. So strawberries, eggs, oat milk, coconut milk, or almond milk. And I also put in black gold, and I also put in magnesium in mine. And I put in a half a packet of Zija Plant Protein, and I do 1 to 2 of those a day. And this is the Zija Plant Protein I was talking about. It rocks. It really does. Okay, so honest to God, I eat 1 meal a day, and am I fading away, right? And so I promise you, they will fill out, okay? That's the way I would go. And don't overdo the nuts with them, okay? 10 nuts at a time. Nobody should eat more than 10 nuts at a time. Never eat more than a handful of seeds. Never eat more than 10 nuts. Get it? Or you're not going to digest it anyway. You're just going to have cramps. Every time you have cramps, every time you feel full, or every time you feel like kind of blocked in the head, you overdid it. There you go. Dr. Wolfe, I am currently taking Ashwagandha, okay, an evergreen shrub that grows in India, the Middle East, and parts of Africa, used hundreds of years for medical purpose. The herb is also called Indian ginseng or winter cherry. Excuse me, mostly for hormonal reasons on top of your products. What do you think of, and is it safe for everyone to take? I apologize, but I promise I'll look it up, but I really don't know, but I'm sure it probably is. You know what? It's an herb, and it's not like, I don't think, okay, I'm sure there are like these little restrictions, but I can't see a problem, but I will answer it in the next Q&A. I will do my homework, I promise, okay? All right, Lewis, can you make a note of that? Okay, Angie, what can I do to detox my children from vaccines? There's a tricky question, eh? Well, the best thing you could ever do to detox your children from vaccines is to not fear what you've already done and regret what you've already done and make it seem like they're poisoned. You got to understand, we're way bigger than this. You know, I haven't talked about it for a long time, but we're made out of 7 octillion cells, which is 7 billion, okay, billion cells. Particles. We're made out of 7 octillion particles and atomic particles. And those atomic particles, if you knew, they're almost all empty space. And that's because we're mainly spirits. So keep your spirit high and know that you're bigger than any vaccination that you gave your kids. And they're bigger than that as well. You know, things like Fulvic are really excellent. Like, honestly, Fulvic, Tummy Love, Black Gold, and just and giving them fruits and veggies, making sure they don't get constipated, okay? And as your kids turn into teenagers, if you can get them to do coffee enemas, like the ultimate coffee enema, that would be great. But understand something. They're bigger than this, okay? And you're bigger than this. You can take homeopathics. I don't carry them, but you can look for homeopathics to offset what the vaccines are inside. But the reality is that the Perfect Day diet and doing Fulvic, Fulvic is the best chelator in the world, okay? And it is. So just relax. They've got young, powerful bodies, and they've got a beautiful mother that cares, okay? Michelle, how are the stem cells harvested during the C-section? Okay, I don't know about that. You'd have to ask Dr. Nairi. If you want, we can do a show with her sometime. Iris, which of your silver products do you use for the nebulizer? The Silver Bullet, which is the same as this. You can buy this and then refill this, okay? All right, so that's a Silver Bullet. It's just in a spray, and this is just a 1 quart container, all right? And then the gel, of course, you're not going to nebulize that, and that's what you use to mix with things like tea tree oil and or immunity to make yourself a really good hand sanitizer. Okay. And do you have to remove? No. No, you don't. With the silver spray and with the Fulvic Nano eye drops, it'll actually keep your lenses clean, and you don't have to remove your lenses to use these drops, okay? Poppy, how can I decrease lactic acid after my daily cycle ride? Well, first of all, if you're feeling the acid buildup, well, I'll tell you right now, okay? I'll tell you what I would do. If you find that that's happening all the time, then maybe you're just really stressing out, not drinking structured water, not enough of it. Maybe your liver's backed up already, okay? And maybe your bowels aren't moving properly, so I don't know. And maybe you have a bit of an inflammatory diet, or you have an inflammatory relationship with your family. But the reality is, okay, I'll tell you one of the best things, honestly, is go take a look on Craigslist or Kijiji and look for those vibration machines, the ones that you stand on, and get one with 2 motors. You could probably pick one up. They buy them for $2,000. Go buy one for like $300 to $500. That's the best. And make sure you drink lots of water before and after you do your ride. Okay, and the other thing is too, make sure you're breathing. Maybe you're not breathing properly, because I'll tell you, if you were doing really proper breathing and if you were really hydrating well throughout the day and eating a non-inflammatory diet, you shouldn't be having lactic acid buildup after. And guess what? You might be just pushing yourself way too hard, okay? You know, gentle baby steps till you get going, but make sure you're moving and doing more and more and more and more each day, and you'll get there. Diane, do you have practitioners in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, or Pennsylvania areas? I don't think so. Maybe Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't remember, though. There's one person I could check. Can you put that down and find out if we have somebody? I don't know if she still lives in Pennsylvania, but I'll check. Okay? Shannon, I have scar tissue from my C-section. Any suggestions how to remove the pain? Well, yeah, absolutely. You can do it right away. You know, you can do a castor oil pack. Take a look in the back of my book. Anybody who wants my book, you can have my book for free. Just call the office and you pay the shipping. Okay? And guess what? You can have as many as you want. Okay? All right? All right? That's the one thing that we've committed ourselves to, is give as many books away as possible. It's not about you to spend money with us, because this book is not for sell. It's not a product selling book. It's a take action book, and it's called Healthy to 100. All right? And oh, yeah. Castor oil pack, it's slow, but it's warm and it's cozy. It's in the back of the book in the skincare section, okay? And the other thing you can do, believe it or not, is doing skin brushing over it. You want to, trust me. And you want to do salt glows over it as well, because there's not enough circulation there. That's why you got pain, girl. And the reality is with a C-section, you can grow roots off the C-section that'll actually wrap around your pubic bone. It'll wrap around your ovaries. It'll get down. It will get as far as your ovaries. It'll wrap itself around your bladder. It'll wrap itself around your intestines and stop you from pooping, peeing. It's really great. And it can even cause pain, lovemaking. Okay, so get yourself a clapper, and I'm going to be going through that. You want to be, things you are doing, I just told you, castor oil pack, skin brushing, salt glow. It's all in the back of my book in the skincare part. Clapping, I'm going to be showing if you want to join us for that. And the other thing is, if you can find yourself a Wolfe non-surgical, they're going to go in the first treatment and get rid of 90% of your pain. Did you hear what I just said? I mean it. Anybody who has surgery, anybody that's ever had a disease, anybody that's had a car accident, anybody that's had a sports injury, the body always overcompensates with scar tissue crystallization and pulling calcium from the bones. If you do not get rid of that, that's what you call getting old. Okay? I'll be 64 years old, and I've just begun. I don't limit myself to anything. Okay? I mean, I don't do the crazy sports, and I don't want to feel like breaking my bones, but the reality is there's nothing old about me, and there's nothing going to be old about me. This is all that programming out there. All right? First we get the cane, then we get the walker, then we get the wheelchair, then we get, oh wait, I forgot. First we get the cane, then we get the walker. Oh wait, no, I forgot. First we get the pens, then we get the cane. Okay, anybody been to Costco lately? Boom. Okay, they're not stupid. They got a whole aisle for us now. They'll be able to fit anybody with the pens. I can't wait until I can wear my little baggy diaper. Okay, wow, then I wouldn't have to fight for toilet paper. I could just let that fill up. There you go. Welcome to the craziest world you could ever come to. Okay, all right. Carmen, are your products safe for pregnant or nursing women? Absolutely. For example, the Detox and inflammatory products. Absolutely. And is there an age limit recommendation for them? Well, what do we mean here? Are we talking about children? Children can take our products right up to any age. I mean, why would infants need our products? And if it was a newborn baby, maybe it would be some liquid form of support, but we're not going to be giving them capsules or anything like that. So if you want to call me and be more specific, that would be great. But yes, we don't have any products that are dangerous to pregnant women. Okay? The only thing I did say is you don't want to go on any heavy detox programs. You want to do that before you get pregnant if possible. And as far as nursing goes, no. You'll know. I mean, if you were taking something and it irritates the baby, you're gonna back off. And if you were taking daily cleansing tea and the baby's poop was getting kind of watery, you'd back off on the tea. And it's not going to hurt the baby. All right? There you go. Mary, can someone with a bleeding disorder take curcumin cayenne? Yeah, it doesn't thin your blood. It makes your blood healthy. People have a mistake here. A curcumin cayenne is not Coumadin. Curcumin cayenne is not Coumadin. If you have a bleeding disorder, you want healthy platelets. You want healthy blood cofactors. There it is. Okay, Jill, when using nebulizer, but you know what? But remember something. Go talk to your doctor about everything here. Because guess what? Do you know what happens in health? Somebody says, hey, well, what were you doing different? Well, I started that daily cleansing tea. That's got to be it. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many women today that their pelvic floor, in their pelvis, their pelvic floor, is not just inflamed, it's disintegrating because of putrefaction from their large intestine? You heard what I said. Why do you think There are so many myomectomies, so many hysterectomies. Why do you think there are so many women that 49% of women can't hold their urine? Why do you think so many men and women can't hold their stool? Why do you think that things are falling out of women's vaginas? I'm not making this up. I deal with this every day. Why do you think women have so many cysts on their ovaries? Pus has got to go somewhere. Why do you think there's so many women that are infertile? Well, inflammation creates scar tissue. Okay. Can someone with bleeding disorders, yeah, we did that one. When using the nebulizer, do we fill it with water? Nope, no water, just straight silver bullet or the Bright Eyes eye drops. Iris, can I theoretically drink the Beyond Mist spray? Yes, it's non-toxic. The Beyond Beauty Mist spray is to tighten up and detoxify your skin. You could drink it. Christine, do you recommend a face mask for flying as you don't sell them? Yeah, I do. Here's mine. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what. I'm not scared of the coronavirus, okay? But you're stuck in a tin can, poor circulation. And you know what? When I lay there and I go to sleep, okay, which I do, I usually just sleep or I just meditate on there because I'm go. And then when I get to where I'm going always, I know I'm just going to be full out. So I'll just put this on. I'll put my mask on. I'll put this on. And I did. When I went to Florida, this is what I looked like. How's this? Pretty scary, eh? It's amazing I didn't get kicked off the plane. All right, so this is what I did. Right? And I just went to bed. I went and just chilled out. And and I'll tell you, it was like a 5-hour flight, but I just chilled out. Because guess what? I don't really participate on a plane. I got to get to where I want to get to, but I don't want to eat their food. I bring my own water on because I bring 2 40-ounces in my jug, and I fill it up with my structured water unit. It goes everywhere I go. I put my super cinnamon in, and I put my Fulvic in, and I put my humic in there, okay? And I drink that, all right? We're almost there. Kareem, last Sunday I had sudden tinnitus, and now hearing is gone. In my left ear, this has been so hard. I am on prednisone and nothing yet. Well, prednisone is not going to help your hearing, so I don't really know about whatever. Your live talk about hearing loss popped up on my feed, and I want to know if this can be reversed. Yes, it can be, but here's the reality. You want to, that was the hearing loss one, guys, that I did on Sunday. So everybody go check it on Facebook. You know what? If you don't like Facebook and you're on YouTube, guys, you might want to go to Facebook. We do a lot on Facebook, don't we, Lewis? I mean, if you want tips, I mean, we are tip masters, and we're going to give you that. We're going to give you tons of tips, tons of strategies. So we're not telling you to do anything else on there, but you might want to come on there. But I will tell you that if your hearing didn't come back, then you need to get on the protocol that I showed on Sunday. And it's also in the do-it-yourself on YouTube right now, isn't it? They're all the do-it-yourselfs. Anything that's showing you to do something is going up there. And as time goes on, we'll reshoot them, make them better, won't we? But right now, I'm just trying to get them in there off the cuff. Here we go. And I will tell you that you need to see a Wolfe non-surgical therapist where we go in with our elbow and we take all that scar tissue apart, and we actually go in with our elbow right here into the corner here, and actually using that, we're able to get inside the ear, not the elbow, but it's inside the ear. We're actually taking the scar tissue apart, because that's what it is. It's scar tissue calcification, crystallization, and for most of you, it's because you have inflammation in your ear because of fungus, because your ear's like a cave, and it's because of the scary dairy, and it's because of all the gluten, it's because of the alcohol, it's because of all the other things too that the government makes legal, okay? All right. Final question. Kathy, call in. I have dry skin on my legs. What can I do to get rid or prevent it? Well, dry skin, right away, ocean essential fatty acids. We know you're not getting your fatty acids. And you know what? I don't think they put them here. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, they're back here. Here they are, ocean essential fatty acids, all right? I would be doing 5 3 times a day of these, okay? These are the highest absorption of fatty acids that you can find, that I can find anyways. The other thing is I would be doing skin brushing on my legs. And I would do skin brushing first, and then I would do a cocoa salt glow. Okay, so what's that? So, and this, it's in the back of my book. You can have it for free if you want it. Okay, so I'm going to skin brush first. I'm going to skin brush my legs. Okay, which we'll be showing in the next few days, right? Lewis? Yep. Anyways, we'll be doing it on a one a day. I'll do it on a one a day in the next few days, and then we'll do a profession one after that. But you're going to skin brush your legs, really skin brush them well, and I'll show you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take Epsom salts, put it into a Tupperware container. I go to Costco to get 10 pounds, put it in, and then I wet it down with structured water. Then I go in and guess what I do? I put in lemon lift. It's something we make. I put in lemon lift because I love it. Put tons of it in there. Mix it around. And then you take, if you put 10 pounds in of Epsom salts, you put in 1 pound of coconut oil. And then I mash that in. And then you go and you scrub your legs. Oh my gosh. You know what? You owe me $10 million because you're going to have the most beautiful legs in the world. So now you're going to skin brush. Then you're going to do the cocoa salt glow. And you're going to do that every day. And then you're going to, don't worry about washing off your legs. And what happens is the Epsom salts puts magnesium in, helps your circulation in here. But what happens is you're scrubbing and you're already taking off the dead skin cells, getting the circulation going. And then the coconut oil is going to go in there and feed. And then you're going to take the essential fatty acids as well. And you're going to promise me you're going to get a structure unit and you're going to drink more water. And now you got beautiful legs. There you go. All right. Look at those legs. Okay. All right. So listen, thanks a lot for joining us, everyone. And don't forget, if you want to learn more, just send an email to quickstart@docofdetox.com and understand something. We truly are here for you. We truly do care. I really don't know how I would have been and what kind of shape I'd be if I wasn't in health since I was just young. By the time I was 21, I was already into health. By the time that I was 19, I was picking poo out of my grandfather's bum. And you can believe it or not, he had colon cancer. And he went to the hospital, and they wouldn't even clean him out. And they wouldn't do anything for him. We had to bring him home and actually do it ourselves. And then we had to learn how to do an enema, which I knew that my grandparents had one under the bed, because before X-Lax came, we had enemas, okay? Before medical doctors came, we had nature. Before we had medical doctors, we had herbalists. And those were usually women. And you remember when they did the witch burning? Guess what? Do you know they weren't witches? Yeah, thank you to the church. Thank you to the government. They burnt these women. They were herbalists. And the reason why they had to do it is because they were more respected than the church was. Okay? Understand. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to say the truth. People may not like the truth. People like lies, don't they? They like living lies. They don't like to live the truth. And guess what happens when you don't? You get your pants pulled down and you get in trouble. So let's see if we can really search for the truth. Let's not just pull one curtain back. Let's pull them all back, because guess what? You've been set up. Just know that, okay? Let me just say this. It is a pleasure to do these shows, and these are your shows, and I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope I'm coming across in the way that I'm waking you up, but not shaking you up too much. That is not my intention, okay? All right? I just want you to know that. The last thing is when you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below and make sure that you click on the bell to enable notifications so you never miss a show. And just know that all your questions, okay, all your questions are going to be time-stamped. So whatever question that you've had here today or you liked, you can go right onto YouTube and you can find it. And we do that with every show, don't we, Lewis? Every show. You know how much work that takes? So just know that we do care, all right? and you'll be able to find your question easily, find your answer easily. You can also email us, email notifications. You can also get email notifications by going to www.docofdetoxshow.com and clicking on schedule and entering your email at the bottom of the page. Also, if you wish to listen to the audio version of any of our shows, you can find them on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Okay? You have the power to heal. Trust in yourself. Have faith in yourself. And know that the created the whole universe has always loved you 100%. God bless. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.